Just cryptocurrency is I think it's like a form of karma. I think that the banks had such a crooked model that engineers and software designers and programmers was like, we're not gonna fix this with a protest. We're not gonna fix this with a march on Wall Street. We're gonna fix this with technology. And they created an equalizer that just checkmated the whole game. You know, that's my view on it. It's just like the energy balancing out what went wrong over there, and just the disadvantage that the people were at. The cryptocurrency is balancing that out, or will in the long run. It's gonna take a while, but it's gonna create an option, and you're not gonna have to go operate in that system that led to like 2008, all the banks collapsing and the real estate bubble and all the malpractice of power that, you know, was happening in the banking industry and the central banks and all that. So it's like, damn, that was slick. Whoever came up with that was slick. If you really peep it from a political point of view, you know what I mean? That was real effortless checkmate.
Blockchain with it, and my blockchain Monkeyz full of octane in them. You know the vibe, plus we shredded than a motherfucker. Yeah, we crash monkeys. Yeah, we crash monkeys. It go Planet of the Apes, gorillas in a mess. All these bad rules all over my shit. It go Planet of the...
What is going on about your monkeys? Eagle here, listen, thank you for coming to my jungle. First of all, I'm no financial advisor whatsoever, nor am I professional in blockchain technology. But there's one thing that I absolutely will do, and that's give you my opinion. So first of all, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Nipsey Hussle. He was a part of my journey in coming into this crypto space. And as I was learning, I had come across some of his content, and he was one of those just pioneers that were just so early in the game. And I want to give a huge shout out to him way before his time. But we are about to get into some economic, an economic front, but more or less Ripple and what they're doing and what continues to happen regardless of the lawsuit and regardless of the distraction and disarray happening in the space today. So what I'm gonna need you to do is grab some shea butter, right? Rub your hands together real vigorously and slide down Twitter. And so before we get going, want to give a huge shout out to Comb Financial. Just did an interview with the Boosh, the lead over there at Comb Financial, and what they have coming up is just crazy. They just continue to innovate. Now, can we slide down here and take a look at what's happening? And so coming in hot from the Watcher Guru, you have a list of banks who said Bitcoin is worthless, okay? Take a look at the banks who had said this and what they said, and take a look at Bitcoin's reaction. Were they not buying in? ING, Bank of America, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, you tell me, are they not in cahoots or what? Ladies and gentlemen, they are all on the same team. How long is it gonna take for you to realize that? And so what do we have here? We have one group of people, okay? Groups of people telling you one thing, but doing another. Because take a look at this right here. You have Ripple identified as an opportunity in payments alongside Circle by Goldman Sachs, changing their tune. Now, it depends on who gets this information and at what time frame. Ladies and gentlemen, you are in the right place at the right time. There is no financial advice coming from my mouth. So you have you today coming in hot. Now, this is about a day or two old, but I needed to get this information because I know everybody's not talking about this. A recent report by Goldman Sachs, investment bank decision overview of digital assets and blockchain. And it's amazing the timing that these things come out. You know what I'm saying? Identifies Ripple as an opportunity in payments alongside Circle, a peer-to-peer payment technology, and Coinbase. The report highlights RippleNet, a network of institutional payment providers like banks and money remittance services that use solutions built by Ripple. How long have they been grinding? Now you talk about building it from its foundational level. Oh my goodness. Now we all know what Warren Buffett said about crypto a long time ago.
Lucas writes in, he said, did Justin Sun change your mind on cryptocurrencies? For anybody who doesn't know, Justin Sun bought the dinner or the lunch that you just had from the last Glide Foundation fundraiser. He is actively involved in Bitcoin. After that meeting, his PR people put out some notes saying that, you kind of listen to cryptocurrency and maybe you're a little more in tune with the idea of Bitcoin now.
Well, I would say this, when Justin and four friends came, they behaved perfectly and we had a good 3.5 hour dinner and the whole thing was a very friendly exchange of ideas. But cryptocurrencies basically have no value, and they don't produce anything. So you can look at your little ledger item for the next 20 years, and it says you've got X of this cryptocurrency or that. It doesn't reproduce. It doesn't deliver. It can't mail you a check. It can't do anything. And what you hope is that somebody else comes along and pays you more money for it later on. But then that person's got the problem. But in terms of value, zero.
So it sounds like he did not.
But as you can see here, Warren Buffett, a well-known crypto critic, invested $1 billion in Nubank, a Brazilian digital bank specializing in what? Cryptocurrency, baby. You see, when you're a blockchain monkey, you don't skip over nothing. You have here a recent insight report notes that Cornerstone Advisors survey found that consumers who already hold crypto, 60% of them, would definitely use their bank to invest in cryptocurrencies. Now, can somebody please tell me why Israeli unicorn Papaya Global offers a cloud-based platform for companies to handle is acquiring Ripple partner Asimo? Why are they acquiring Ripple partner Asimo? What is happening underneath the scenes? Now, I have no idea, but it just seems really, really fishy to me. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to leave you with Coach JB because he's about to bang you in the head with Pippa. Take a listen.
Okay, so this is so important. Listen to what she says. It's bone chilling to me. When I heard this, I was like, man, I'm so glad I disrespected the game and went completely opposite. I knew this was coming.
This is this is a struggle by two great powers. I use the term great loosely to a certain extent, but two great powers, and others being forced to take a choice. I think this speaks to this.
Do you see how they're disrespecting America now? America used to have so much respect. She says, I say that loosely. Two great powers. America has lost all respect from countries' warriors.
Kind of emergence of these regional powers and the emergence of the middle powers here, because we're hearing, quite frankly, don't force us into a corner here. Are they right?
Well, it may be a bit late for that. I remember talking to an Australian diplomat at one point about this break between the US and China and said, both sides are going to say, whose team are you on? And he said, our job is to make sure the question never arises. But the question has arisen. And so I think we have to go deeper. And it's not about the US versus China. It's about what underpins a world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in 71. And so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we're on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain.
Okay, pause for just a moment. Pippa, look her up. She's a beast, okay? She said we're about to abandon the old system and bring in a new one. Who is on the board of directors for Ripple?
Rosie
Rios. What did she say? She's responsible for bringing in the new currency.
It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot stress this enough. Continue to do your own research and then research on top of what you've already researched. It's that deep, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, these people run together. They run in teams, okay? There's news, there's media, there's disinformation, distraction, and all of that. Just continue to stay diligent in your search and you will come out victorious.
If we're going to have digital money, but also this new money will be sovereign in nature. Most people think that digital money is crypto and private, but what I see are superpowers introducing digital currency. The Chinese were the first. The US is on the brink, I think, of moving in the same direction. The Europeans have committed to that as well. And the question is, will that new system of digital money and digital accounting accommodate the competing needs of the citizens of all these locations so that every human being has a chance to have a better life?
So once again, huge shout out to Coach JB and everything he brings from the banking system. It is so much value in this space. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's right in front of your face. All you got to do is research. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will all see each other on the moon.
Cause it's the standard in this bitch. XRP. I went to YouTube University, and now they mocking me with no degree. We saying by the swift, keep it walking. Respect your elders in these bushes. Bitcoin is talking.
You don't have to be rich to be taking advantage of this. This was the beginning of the greatest transformation of wealth the world has ever fucking seen since World War II.
Blockchain. Blockchain. We talking about an intellectual choo-choo train. It's DLT up in these streets, man. That's why we rip all on that blockchain. Blockchain.